First of all, I have to check out the records. I had world record with my PB when I drove it, but that was right after Cup of the Day. I already thought that I was down in 10th, now it must be probably further behind, 17th. No, I didn't. Not for real. When you asked for the news, I was like, it has to be that then, I guess. Not for real. Yeah, that's stupid. That's an annoying way of maybe losing the championship, because that's not their mistake. And it's super bad for my fantasy team. Wait. Yeah. Ah, proper Neuers playing sheet. Hallo. If I knew that Propa Neuer's playing, I maybe wouldn't have played. But let's see how the knockout is going. Oh man, I had actually such a good team in the F1 Fantasy, but now with two, like, it's really bad to have McLaren in your team. Like, many people have McLaren in their team, but I actually thought about using Mercedes, Ferrari, you know? I actually thought about getting rid of them, but I already changed 3 drivers. So anyone that didn't take a McLaren as a constructor has big advantage now, because these queues are just for F1 Fantasy, it's just stupid. It just makes such a big difference, and you cannot know that, of course. You cannot do anything against it. Yeah, especially Antonelli making this comeback. So did McLaren basically put their cars too low, or what did they do? Yeah, no, otherwise my fantasy team avoided all these other DNFs. I hope that it's really correct as well, because you can also wonder if Formula 1 wants the title fight and is very strict, you know? It's very strict to disqualify them. But it should be legal when they do that. It reminds a bit of 2021, where they also wanted to have this title fight in the last race, and with all the decisions, you could really see they really wanted that the last race, the win, decides there. kinda played a role. Okay. Well, then it was a big. I don't know, but SnowCar, he's definitely one of the best from the new players. But you also have a very good time. Are you using action keys? It's so weird there. Ah, I touched. Last 3. Yeah, the first turn is not great in camera 1. And with the pad that I'm using, with that I can smooth steer better, I don't have enough working buttons to switch camera. I'm 92. I really went for it in this no elimination round. But even that wouldn't be enough to beat Propanoia. Propanoia has definitely a chance to do a perfect cup of the day here. So a perfect ReRun. Okay, this time was beatable though. Gives us hope. Thanks for the follows. When I'm fourth, I know exactly which 3 players are in front of me. Imao Devil, Boise, and Propanoia. No, actually not OC. Was behind me. But the other guy ahead of me there was the other option then. Because he was on a .02 previous round. Ah, Propanoia is not winning every round. Good job, Bozy. And I'm exactly 89 thousandths behind. Is what? What am I doing on second place with a .13? Wait, this other guy's out. HT Degotardi. Wow. The Propanoia must have done a bigger mistake now. But not out. And then Poofy writes no one's crashing. I think there were crashes. Like I went over the snow in that past lap, and because I went over the snow, I was slow. early on. But then I hit this right turn here very well. I knew I had a lot of speed from it. I knew I will make lots of positions, but second place was a bit weird, and I even slid away here in the ending completely. So yeah, very surprising. LMB Willy was playing, but sadly also out. By the way, I have to also correct something that I stated previous time when I played your Snow rerun. I said there that it was my first victory this year in a rerun. That was actually not correct. I won already a rally rerun against Mother, which was then also my 200th Div 1 victory. Somehow I forgot about that. But I remembered very well the loss against Sox on the same track. But I've completely forgot about the win against Mother. Naja. And that was this year. But long ago, because yeah, rally maps, there weren't many of them. In this year. Because in the middle of the year we didn't have any. This was a very bad round. Ilmao Devil is out. Here and there it just randomly happens that some of the favorites or some of the guys that I battle with in those top places are suddenly dropping out. Also Bozy was missing this round, but he's not out. I also drove a really bad round, but it was still second place suddenly. Because Devil was behind and Bozy made a mistake either, or as well. Yeah, it's us three, and then Centrix can drive decent times, and then there's a gap already to a 0.1. And John or John. Paranoia. When I don't see him in the top 4 places on the left, then I at first think, oh, is he then maybe in the last 4 places? But he isn't. If we all don't get knocked out, it's gonna be very similar to yesterday with the top 3, where I knew against Scrappy and Neek that this is gonna be tight and I need to drive a good lap. Then it was so close between us. The top 3 round could also be here the deciding round to get into the final, also the first really difficult one. But 2-3 other players are still close pace-wise. But that's not really a surprise, because the map is like quite easy. So if you drive a too bad lap, you can also get knocked out earlier by pace. But you don't need a sub, most likely. If you drive a sub, you will reach top 3. This is what I would say by now. No, but such a 0-8, for example, can lose against Amanix, who drives a 0-1 in this lap. He doesn't drive that, of course, every time. The problem is against Bozy, I feel like I have it not really in my own hand. Because he has the pace, I'm speaking about it, and exactly in that moment you see it. He has the pace to drive a low 0.8. And I haven't practiced the map after Cup of the Day like for 5 minutes, 10 minutes maximum, and that was it. Not really driving a low 0.8 myself. But Amanix was now 3 times in a row up there. But as I said, he didn't drive a sub yet. But he's so close, he can definitely do it. So now I'm not so sure anymore. That's my early take. Starts now the time where I just drive a bit randomly, try to be not too close to the walls. I'm only doing a 0.11. Just because so far there wasn't really an issue with these times. It quickly changes in the end. Huh? I won suddenly. Huh. What? With a .07. Something happened in the ending here. Remember when I said not going very close to the walls? This was maybe the exact wrong moment to touch. So this could be the first map where you need to be somewhat close. Dude, that was dangerous, not gonna lie. But this is exactly the way how also the others can actually get knocked out. If they do one mistake like that. So I couldn't have done it one lap later, that's for sure. It was also a very shaky round and afterwards. I didn't really hit many parts that well. So it was only a semi-clutch, to be honest. Because I could have done a way better lap after that mistake. And then it wouldn't have been that close. Armanix is out. I won. Oh. Okay. Oh, that was actually a 0-1. I thought that I lost time. I thought I drifted away. .94. Propanoia drives 0.75. Hopefully he wasted this good time. Yeah, 81. That was the obvious. I mean, I make good trophies. If you look for trophies, then just reaching the final is very good. Because from 8th place to 4th place, you only get one of these trophies. So it really hurts if you get eliminated in 4th place. Because when you get to 3rd, you already double it to 2 trophies. And when you get to 2nd, you double it again to 4 trophies. But from 2nd to 1st place, it is only 1 trophy more. Not another double or anything. No, it's just 5 versus 4. So you kinda want to go from top 4 to top 2. That is for sure. But then, yeah. Of course the win would be nicer.